Hello, pilots, and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 7, brought to you by Out of Heart Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and we have some more Empire up against Scum today with Wes and Ned on the table. But joining me in the booth again, we have...
It's James. I'm back again.
You didn't get assaulted too much with cookies last time, did you?
No, I'm just too full. I don't want any more right now. But
Fair
what I
enough.
do want is to see this game.
Me too. Boba Fett is such an interesting choice for this format that it's just, you've got to love seeing it. A Firespray on there is always aggressive.
The flight academies that you've done, I don't think anyone's gone this different with the point values in any of like the duo ones, right? This is the biggest point discrepancy.
Yeah, I think we had, I want to say like 7 and 3 before.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
we've had a Firespray, but it was with a named pilot. This is the first time we've ever had a generic pilot on the table.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
So, because I don't know if there's actually any named 2-point pilots anymore.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, no.
But yeah, it's again such an interesting choice, and that's an interesting choice to throw a Punisher up straight into. I know what Wes is trying to do. He's hoping to trigger Snapshot on Boba Fett.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is, Ned has the initiative here because Boba's a 5. So he could put the Mighty Guild down first because it's a 2. Boba's a 5. He gets to see where Wes puts his other 2 ships and goes, all right, I'll go here. I think this one's going to be the better option for me to go against. But I think aiming for the Punisher for early doors is probably a good shout.
I do sometimes forget just how far a TIE Interceptor can move.
Yeah. I mean, similar to an A-Wing, they basically have the same dial, minus the A-Wing has a blue 5.
I guess just normally the A-Wings, like, because they're Rebel, they tend to stick with the other Rebel ships. The Interceptors, like, just as we saw here, start off on their own and then go, oh, the fight's over there. I'll just be there in, like, one turn.
Yeah, they just zip off as quick as possible to get into the action. And again, I think with the with the Interceptor, you're more likely to see that double reposition used on them because they've got 3 red dice.
Yeah.
Whereas the A-Wings...
That is where Boba wants to be. Like, range 1 of enemies, you get at least a reroll and just as many red dice as you can get without being also shot by Second Sister.
Yeah, and there's the reroll coming in, and also the Han Solo gunner coming in.
Yeah, can you
handy as well.
Works? How does Han Gunner work?
Han Solo gunner, if you're not stressed, before you engage, you can take a red focus.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, because Boba did the boost.
Yeah,
and then that's where the focus came from. Got it.
Absolutely, and that is 4 hits straight in on Death Rain there.
Yep.
So hugely aggressive. Ooh, that's not a bad return shot. Yeah. And Wes is also going aggressive. Technically, that focus has been spent. That focus was spent on attack, so...
Okay, it's a mistake. Maybe
it's a little miss, yeah.
Boba reroll defense dice as well?
I will have to double check that one.
Was he only attack?
I'm pretty sure it's only attack because it's otherwise that would be very strong.
Wow, he is a strong ship from what I remember.
Yeah. No, it is defend or perform an attack. So.
Okay, so maybe we just say he could have re-rolled into it. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad shot from Second Sister. Having a look at the abilities.
The abilities to trigger, yep. What we got?
So just spending
Force?
Malice there.
Oh, Malice, yes.
Oh, that's just disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
then what is the mining guild surveyor gonna do?
He's going to survey the
He's got 2 dice
situation.
at range 3. They're not bad dice.
Wow. Clearly, he's looking at Death Rain and thinking, that looks like a big boulder.
He's landed a crit on Death Rain. Oh my. You know what? Sometimes the ship you don't expect can be a real pain. And a damaged engine isn't ideal on a ship that's already not particularly maneuverable.
Yeah, damage engine is less than ideal. So
I feel like a proxy mine is about to hit. Yeah, there it is. Now, has Ned thought about this and tried to turn away? Because like where that mine is kind of the ideal spot for Boba to move to get the rear guns.
Oh, I don't know, because again, the Firespray has a really solid dial. So I don't think he's so bothered by that. I'm pretty sure he'd just be able to turn in and love life.
Yeah, and I guess being higher initiative, you know Death Rain is probably going to move.
Yeah. Having said that, I'm looking at the Firespray's dial. It's got the 1 hard. But...
Oh, is the mining guild? No, I think that did bump.
That is a bump with the mining guild. So Death Rain obviously dropping and boosting because of his ability.
True, he hasn't technically moved yet, has he?
He hasn't moved yet.
Where's he off to?
Oh, is he going to try and K over the top?
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh, I'm a little bit concerned about that, actually.
Oh, because of the cloud that's down there.
With the way that cloud
It is a
kicks
wider
out.
base than normal. I think that is going to land on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any locks in play? No, there's no locks in play. That's fine.
No locks in play, but he lands on that cloud, which means he's not going to be shooting. He's going to be strained and have to roll for ion. So there's the strain.
Of all the things, like, okay, it's not great, but it's not world-ending, and he is now facing the fight to like come in for another run at it.
Yeah.
Plus, second sister is now joining in properly.
Yeah, he does need a stress token as well, though. He should have all the red tokens.
I mean, as long as he clears one, he's going to clear them all.
Yeah, true.
I don't think there's any abilities in play that care if the opponent is stressed. That's the other Han.
Yeah,
We
don't have 000.
That's the one.
I mean, Han is featured a lot. Let's have a quick think. So, you've got 3 Han pilots. Yeah, 3 Han pilots. 2 Han gunners. He's not a gunner for Resistance, is he, as well?
No, he's a crew member for Resistance.
So there's 6 instances of Han Solo. So, in fact, let's just double check how many times Han Solo featured.
Probably the most.
So
then again, there's quite a few, like Sabines and Heras.
Oh, technically it's 7 because he does have the standard loadout card as well in the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, but he's a pilot in that, and it's the
it's the same ship. Yeah, I think. Oh, he's hit that prox mine.
It was a good mine.
Nice, instant damage. Roll 2 dice. See what we get. That is lovely. Shields down on Boba. Obviously, he's got the rear gun, so he doesn't. He's not so bothered about facing the right direction. And the Firespray is one of those few ships that loves having a rear gun because it's basically just as powerful as the forward gun. And he's got Marauder, which helps.
Yeah, Marauder is a reroll shooting backwards?
Yes, a reroll when shooting at the rear arc.
I mean, potentially could just outright kill the mining guild surveyor.
Well, no, probably second sister. I think he'd probably go with second sister rather than the mining guild. Oh, that's a big shot. Okay, so that's a full house.
No.
Uh,
I mean, it's an 8-point ship.
oh, good job that Second Sister has that evade, so we'll take 2.
Oh yeah, I'm getting the teams mixed up in my head. Sorry.
Yeah, but the Mining Guild could actually
Yeah, the
take
mining
him out
guild now
now.
finished the job. I think it's because I was looking at the board and going, oh, it's a TIE fighter, it's Imperial. But no, it's bright yellow. What am I thinking? Also, someone's cut part of the wings off.
True. What I used to find funny is the amount of people I knew who'd done that before it got released.
Or they, like, well, to be fair, I think those players just had a lot of TIE fighters just around.
We all do, to be honest.
I've got some
If you
TIE
play-
fighters. I don't even play
Yeah.
that faction. They're from the starter sets.
Yeah. Oh, this is big. Has the Force, has brilliant evasion.
Oh, yeah, brilliant evasion.
Brilliant evasion. Oh,
Yeah.
just double check. Out of bullseye, so brilliant evasion can work.
Wow.
Yeah, gotta love that. Spending both Force, but brilliant evasion in this, I think, is a very, very good card to have.
So Second Sister has used both Malice and Brilliant Evasion so far. Will she live on 1 health long enough to do the Proton rockets?
I mean, one thing I will say is there are a few ships which I say are more dangerous when they're on 1 health than any other ship. Unfortunately, those 2 ships in my eyes are the Fang Fighter and a TIE Fighter. The Interceptor
Or
is not one
anyone
of them.
with what was it? The Deadman Switch.
Deadman Switch. Oh, love Deadman Switch.
It's so funny when it goes off and actually
Yeah.
gets something. Even if it's your own team, you go, well, that's what I get. Also,
Honestly,
looking at the points, like, no one's caring about the objectives.
no, they're not really looking at that. They keep being sort of like,
Where's a Ned turned up to the table and went, there are objectives, but there's an enemy over the table there, and I'm just going to try and blow them up.
and you know what? Wes is doing a darn good job of it. He's sorry, Ned's doing a darn good job. But to be honest, Wes isn't doing too bad actually. He's got shields down on Boba. That's no mean feat.
I think not having a shot from Death Rain this round has not helped.
Having a shot from Death Rain, which would have been range 1 into the Mining Guild, would have been very handy for him. No guarantee it would have taken the Mining Guild out, but if he could have stripped the focus, stripped some of that hull down, because we've seen that Mining Guild pop really easily.
I mean, yeah, it's only got 3 health.
Yeah.
But it is only 2 points.
It's a great little 2-point ship. Great 2-point ship. Love that it's there.
I mean, it very nearly killed Second Sister that previous round.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Death Rain.
Here comes Death Rain. Here comes the range 1 shot.
More than likely, yeah.
So, target lock or focus. If it was me, I'd be... Oh, I'd probably lock.
I think with where Boba is, he's unlikely to get at least a good shot on you if somehow he does get a shot. And I think you're free to go all offense with a target lock here.
Yeah. Well, Boba could do the Talon. But again, it wouldn't be a great... Oh no, he's just going slower.
A Talon, you're right, he would have a shot with a Talon, but he'd be probably range 3.
Range 3, yeah.
If he had a shot.
I reckon we'll see a boost in here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Oh no, just going defensive.
You know what? I think Ned might. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say he might be thinking.
Oh, he's got a shot on Second Sister.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking he was trying to hide behind the cloud from Death Rain when he could have boosted. But yeah, he's got a shot out the back.
Oh, got an evade.
That arc is so good.
There's an evade and a force. So 3 eyes here.
Okay. Gets it.
Brilliant evasion again. I mean, he's saying he's using the evade and essentially turning 1, but in my eyes, he's just brilliant evasion that. In fact, yeah, brilliant evasion. Keep that evade because No, Mining Guild doesn't have a shot, but Brilliant Evasion 2 turns in a row.
Yeah.
Powerful. Very powerful.
Also, if Boba's only ever going to shoot out the back, Brilliant Invasion is always going to be active.
Yeah, because there's
no
no bullseye out
bullseye.
the back. Full complement from Death Rain. Mining Guild,
there he
one
goes.
shot.
You know what,
Death
though?
Rain lines up, he
It
shoots
is
and he scores. Yeah, it did its job. It put the pressure on Second Sister. It got in the way. It got some damage into Death Rain. It's only 2 points, which now Wes is actually on 4 because he's scored 2 objectives as well.
True.
So,
yeah. He's really
and
putting
obviously,
pressure on Ned to get back into the fight, whilst keeping Second Sister away from the fight and safe, which I think is the smart move.
yeah. I think Second Sister, has to stay as far away at the moment because she's only got 1 force. She's on 1 health.
I mean, Brilliant Invasion has helped, but there's only so long that can last, realistically.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be... I mean, Wes is still going aggressive, though. He is putting Death Rain into... He's giving Death Rain the chance to get shots.
I mean, he's still
Talon
got
from
the
Boba.
snapshot, he's still got cluster missiles, he's still got stuff to use. And I
Oh,
think
okay.
that'll trigger the snapshot, won't it?
That will trigger Snapshot. Yeah, that will trigger Snapshot. Is that range 2? Just 1 evaded.
Ah,
Right.
worth a try. I'll be
It is
curious to see how
absolutely worth a try.
often Snapshot gets damaged throughout this tournament. Because we worked out last time I was commenting, it's quite an expensive upgrade, right? It's like
Yeah,
7
7
points.
points. 7 points. So yeah, an expensive upgrade. I mean, it scored some damage. It scored a shield off Boba earlier. I know it got some. I'm pretty sure it got some damage against me in game
I can't help
2.
but favour Boba in this shooting.
Yeah.
There's 1 reroll for the enemy being so close, and then spend the focus the Han, kindly hand it over to Mr. Fett.
So it's 3 hits and a crit. Yeah.
Do I get something? Oh,
He's got the evade. It's now down to what the crit is.
Okay.
That crit is going to be very important.
Well, he's not immediately grabbed another card. So
Console fire.
Oh no, and now he's about to engage. He's got to roll for it right now, right?
He does have to roll for it, but you do still get to engage. So it doesn't take you out before because it's still within that.
I guess it's still
engagement
kind of
step.
like simultaneous fire, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Death Rain does take himself out.
Well,
But
fire of whatever you got.
yeah. I mean, he's got a range 1 shot. Can he put in some good damage into Boba?
Needed to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not a particularly good shot back.
Oh, it's 2. 2's not.
Yeah, but it's.
Oh, but that's still vague.
Look at that.
Yeah. And Boba is going to score that middle objective there as well. So it's 4-6. Second Sister on 1 health, Boba on 6. With just over a minute to go.
Second Sister now has to get back into the fight.
Yeah. And she's not in a great position for that because that obstacle. Well, 3 forward and a boost.
But if she can live the shot from Boba and land a really good proton rocket,
yeah,
it could be amazing.
So if we get
also,
a
being out of the fight
boost,
for a little bit, she's managed to store up a little bit more force.
Yeah, I would like to see focus into a boost here. See if we can catch Boba in the bullseye. Hopefully live it.
Yeah, I think
maybe
it's a
Super Saiyan.
fairly safe guess that Boba is going to head up the board in some capacity.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess
it would have to be a hard.
Ned to be doing is just to go south of the board, maybe sit between those two objectives and get some points. But I don't think he's going to do that.
No, and that's, I think, a little. I mean, I'm not against it, but at the same time, I'm a bit like, oh, it's a little bit defensive there from Second Sister. I would have loved to have seen,
I
the
think
barrel roll.
you don't want to
I like.
overextend, which potentially Wes did earlier, which put Second Sister in the spot she was in.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
think not taking the focus in order for the procket is an idea.
Well, I mean,
although, can you procket at range 0? Probably not.
you can't use secondary weapons at range 0.
Then never mind.
So going over that obstacle will
Takes 1, right?
needs to, it's a debris, so it needs to roll
debris.
for it.
But we'll get stressed, so definitely can't Han Solo.
Definitely can't Han Solo. Wouldn't be able to use Han Solo in attack anyway. Or wouldn't be able to focus on attack. Could have had it for defense, but
Unless
definitely
Sister gets some incredible roll, I just don't see 6 damage coming out here.
I mean, unless we see the crit train to end all crit trains. I mean, we've seen it, but
How many force points does Second Sister need for her ability? Is it 2 or
she won't be able to use it. Range 0, you can't modify your dice at range 0, but she is down anyway. Even with all that force. Oh.
As a good effort. That exchange towards the end between Boba and Death Rain was just so much more in Boba's favour.
Oh, I mean, Boba.
I think Second Sister getting caught unawares did not help.
No.
But Brilliant Evasion, I'm going to use that next time I use a force unit.
Honestly, Brilliant Evasion is great. It's so worth using, and it's not even that expensive. It's like 2 points. And it's just it's one of those really nice filler upgrades that when it pays off, you're like, oh, brilliant. Like, basically, it's the Force version of Heroic it's not always used, but when it does, it's great.
Yes.
So, but another great game there. Well done to Ned. Valiant effort from Wednesday. Still gets a point on the board for taking out the Mining Guild, though. So that's not too disappointing a result there. But that's actually Wes's first, Ned's first victory of Flight Academy this season.
Hey, well done.
So, well done to Ned. But James, thank you very much for joining us for that one.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, again, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, we have plenty more action to come. So don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.